And welcome back to According to Tom. My name is Tom. On today's episode, folks, we are going to review one of the best shows out there today. That is The Last of Us. And we're doing episode 4 and 5. Come join us. Now, keep you warned, this will be a spoiler review. And I do have my partner in crime, Dave. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. We got together with Paul. We did our Superman trailer reaction the other day or yesterday. Great trailer. Go
That
check
was
it out.
yesterday. Yeah.
That was yesterday. So, but today we are reviewing. We didn't do episode 4 last week, so it's just man, there's so many. We've been doing so many shows. We still haven't done Andor
We got a
episode
10 through
10,
12.
11 to 12. So you need to still see that. And so,
I'm on episode 11.
oh, dude, it's so good. The way to end it is so it's perfect. It was so perfect that right away when it's done, I watched Rogue One right away, and
Okay.
beautiful. It's
I watched
beautiful.
Rogue One right after I watched episode 9.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like right after.
you need to.
Because
I
I
watched.
thought I thought that was the end of the season.
Uh,
That's why.
oh, okay. So we'll review that once Dave see the whole thing. But today we are going to be doing The Last of Us season 4 and 5. It's interesting this season. The audience is not liking the show this season. It's crazy.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
but the critics are eating it up like me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it's everybody does not like The Last of Us season 2 this season. Where is
Um,
it at? It's let me see what's the Rotten Tomato. Let's find out.
yeah, I think we talked about like you asked when we reviewed episode 2
Yeah,
if I thought that them killing off Joel would hurt
I
the
think it did.
viewership. Yeah.
I think it did. So right now the audience score is at 63 and
Okay. What's the critic score at?
95. That's a
Wow.
huge difference. That's a 32% difference. All right, 30.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, that's
Crazy.
pretty big disparity there.
Yes. But anyways, let's get to it. Episode 4. We're gonna do quick episode 4. Not a lot happen. Not a lot happens in this one. Um, they
Well, your prediction was true
about what?
about Dinah,
Oh yeah.
why she puked.
Well, I mean, I know the.
Well, yeah, you played the game.
I play the game. So we come to episode 4. It's called Day One. Ellie and Dina are in Seattle at this time, and they're trying to make their way to find Abby. I'm trying to remember what I have episode 5 in my head so recently, so it's like yeah. So
Yeah, so what happened in episode 4? It opens with Isaac, right?
that's right. So this
12
is
was it 12 years before?
13, I
Was
believe.
it 13 years?
Either way, either one. It is Isaac. So we know that he used to be part of the
Fedra.
militia.
What does Fedra stand for? Remind me what
I don't
that.
remember what it stands for, to be honest. But he used to be. He was in command of a company, I guess you can call it. But he actually, we get the first scene, see him listening to these other Fedra talking about as regular citizen as voters, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
kind of mocking
Is
them.
it derogatory term?
Yeah, and so you get Josh. What's his name from the Nickelodeon star?
Oh,
Josh something. I don't know, but he's
yeah, I
in
know who
it.
you're talking
And
about.
he's
Yeah.
talking crap about. They call them the voters, but they're really call them people. And so, and I think at this point, kind of like got tired of what they're doing and actually pull out pull came out of the
So
truck.
they're an armored personnel carrier, an
Yep.
APC, and they stop because there's a bus in the way, and Isaac gets out, and everyone else is like, "Hey, fine, die." And then he pulls one kid out, and it's like, "Come learn something."
Hmm.
Um, and then there's what was her name? the lady that he met.
I don't know her name. That's
Um,
what the heck is her
Crap, what's
name?
her name? Anyway, shakes hands with this lady, and he they just like nod. He turns around and
Yeah.
drops a couple of grenades inside the APC and shuts the door and kills everybody in there except for the one guy he pulled out. And then he said, um, "Now you make a choice."
Well, he made a choice.
Yeah. Yep.
uh, what is cool about this scene is what a great acting when Isaac was interrogating and torturing that Scar,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and and there's no winning with Scars. They truly believe, and they're right by the way. People do convert over to Scars, but Scars never convert to uh to the
To the
wolf.
wolf.
So he loses everything, and I love that scene when he burns him with the hand, right? Or burn him with the
Yeah.
pan, and then he was gonna do the second time. He
He put
before
his hand out before he even turned around. Yeah, that was
what do you do to people that are willing to
ex-
suffer?
exactly what he did.
I
There's
mean,
no point in torturing him, so he just shot him.
so we get that. See, so we get a little bit of Isaac backstory.
Are we going to learn more? And you'll probably get into this, but are we going to learn more about why this conflict is happening? I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it.
Well, he said it. The territory. These are more of like people are they had a treaty. They call it a treaty, right?
Yeah,
And that certain area is theirs, and they can't go past certain its
but it,
boundaries.
it seems like neither of them can really determine
Yeah.
who broke the treaty first,
But
and so
at this point, Isaac doesn't care if you really think
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
And
that's
again,
true. And he said as much.
and so they're just fighting over territories and the way to go about living the life, during this, I guess, pandemic, call it pandemic, but during this
Apocalypse.
apocalypse, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
And then we get the two girls. They find a place where they can hide. Um, First they get, oh man,
it's like a theater.
they get a theater, but before they got there, they ran into they ran into a bunch of dead body being hung at the TV
Oh,
station.
yeah, that's right.
They get a glimpse of what the scars is like, what they can do. They're pretty brutal, but they also see what the wolf did too, though. So
Yeah,
now they're seeing the whole new world. Jackson is different. Jackson is peaceful. Jackson has laws. Jackson has all this stuff,
yeah, yeah.
but not
One
the
of them's like, "What the
Seattle.
f is wrong with
The
Seattle?"
Seattle, yeah, that's Dina said that. So
Yeah,
Dina sees as you know, Dina is pregnant, and they find out. But before that, they as they were in the TV station, they have been outnumbered by a bunch of wolves coming in, and they get in a fight, and they're running around. They kill one wolf, and they
oh
they
yeah.
they get they had to they're running away. They got to the bottom of the
They get to like a subway station or
subway
something.
station, and they are freaking
Surrounded.
surrounded. It is like antsy tension.
Yeah, that was pretty
That reminds me of
pretty intense.
Train to Busan. If you have ever seen Train to Busan,
I haven't.
oh my gosh, it is the best zombie movie of all time.
Okay.
It's in Korea. It's subtitle. It is so heartbroken. I cried. I cried.
In a
And
zombie movie.
in a zombie
Really?
movie, it's
Okay.
you care about the characters. What the guy from the Eternal, the Asian guy in the movie Eternal, he's
Not
in.
Wong.
Yeah, he's in the not Wong, the other one.
Yeah, that's
He's
why I
in.
said not Wong.
Yeah, he's in the movie Train to Busan. He's a great
Okay.
actor, so check that out. So you get all this, and then all of a sudden they get outnumbered, they run away, and all of a sudden, Dina gets caught a
And a
clicker,
turnstile
and Ellie
stuck her arm out in front of the mouth.
and sacrificed her and got bit, and now Dina's confused and point her gun and said, "Look." And I love this part because Joel does the same thing. Joel, like, this is what Joel did. Joel
Yeah.
found out that she got bit, and made her lay in the middle of the floor on the room in season one, and he stayed up all night to make sure that she wouldn't turn.
Yeah.
She did the same thing, made Dina do it, and then they get into it, and she didn't. She was going to shoot her. Man, she had her gun ready,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so find out that she's immune, and then they have the scene,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I thought was kind of dumb, and then finds out that she's pregnant as well, and so and
It's
then
all implied though, right? Like
yeah.
we don't they make it's
Uh,
passionate make out, but we don't see anything
yeah.
and so it's
So
slow.
that's
Whatever.
episode four. Basically, it's set up. It's set up where they're at now is to where their base is, and so
Yeah.
that's where they're going. Now the difference in the game. Let's go to for episode four. Dina doesn't tell. Dina already knows that she was pregnant before she came on the trip.
But she doesn't tell.
Yeah, she doesn't tell. And the way that she finds out that Ellie was immune is different than what the show is. She's not like doesn't have a gun drawn at her. Ellie just explained to her this is what happened and all that stuff. And so none of the scene in the subway happened. But they do run into people and and all that stuff. And so
Does Dina
Dina,
does she find out that Ellie's immune at this point too in the game?
yeah, at this point she does find out. And so, um, and then they decide they see the tower and they're like, oh, well, let's go. Well, in the game, Dina doesn't go with her. In the game, she stays behind, and
Really?
yeah, and Ellie goes by herself. And so, but that's yeah, it's a little different. There's no Isaac backstory. You just meet Isaac. You just figure he's the bad guy, the mean, the boss, and all that stuff. That lady is not a she's not in a real she's not in the show or in the game.
She's not in the game at all?
No, she's not. She's a made up
I guess
character, and
episode
so
5 she's kind of a
yeah.
leader.
So in episode four, they mentioned something in the line that says it's in the air, and they
Yeah.
sealed off. And so you see,
That was episode 5, wasn't it? I thought
well,
it was like the beginning of episode 5.
that was going into episode five, and then it talks about more. Now it's in the air. It mentions it in the radio. I don't know if you heard it in episode
I didn't
five.
hear that in
Okay,
episode 4.
yeah, they mentions, hey, this is talking about the basement. It's airborne, something about airborne. So they kind of give a little hint. So then that didn't happen in the game. You don't in the game they already have it airborne. They already knew about it, and so this is
Oh,
something
okay.
new that's introducing, just like the smart clicker. Now they're introducing this. So
Yeah.
let's go straight into episode five.
Okay.
So episode five is day two in Seattle, and now Dina knows she's pregnant, and now they're gonna go and try to figure out where everybody is, and Dina is the smart one because Joe trained her in how to navigate and how to triangulate certain position of the frequency and all that stuff, so she knows where it is. And um, I think episode five was really really done well. Of course, there's a couple things we'll talk about after the difference in the game. There's
Okay.
a lot of
Okay.
difference. What was some of your thoughts on for episode five?
Um I I didn't know what to expect. So they a couple of things I didn't know what to expect that I was fine with, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they get surrounded by all the smart clickers, whatever,
Yeah.
and they're about done, and then Jesse shows up and saves them. Um I didn't I didn't expect the chase down of Nora to last that long.
Oh, dude, it lasts. It's what's funny is it's pretty much the same in the game, pretty
Okay.
much. And
I
what's cool. So before we go, let's talk about the beginning scene. So you had that conversation with the Asian lady and the lady
oh yeah.
boss, and now
Yeah.
they're saying, "Hey, we haven't checked." So this is very important, and I'll talk about it in the game in the different section that we'll talk about.
Okay.
She mentioned she checked base B1, but she didn't go beyond B1. B2 is sealed
Yeah.
off. They haven't even checked B3. That's important.
Oh, there's a
There's a third
third
base,
basement level.
and they haven't touched basement 3 in over 11 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
And remember, it says not even rats live down there. They can't even find they don't find that. So it's
Yeah.
something huge that is gonna come in the game, and I'll talk about it after. But yeah, so they talk about they introduced airborne now. Now you have to wear masks,
Yeah.
and so this is something new because the show itself never had air because
Yeah,
they
this
didn't
is
want
brand new to the show.
so, but it's not in the game. The game is already we always have to wear masks at certain area when you go inside, and
Okay.
so you didn't have
That
that
was
conversation.
depicted really cool at
I
the end
know.
of the episode.
I feel bad for
So
that
yeah, they're
lady,
talking
man.
about it. And we don't find out until the very end of that conversation that the dude that they were talking about was that lady's son.
Son that she had to basically kill them by sealing off the
Yeah.
entire thing, and you can. But what's funny is that the boss lady, we should fill out her name, but she said to don't seal it and don't tell anybody. Which is but here's the thing
Yeah,
though.
that's shady.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows about it though.
Yeah.
Because Nora knows about it because when she sees B2, she was like, "Oh crap."
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, so we get the scene. Uh Ellie and they're still talking about she's the line that I thought was funny when she said, "I'm gonna be a dad." I'm like, really?
Oh yeah, that was dumb.
That was dumb. Anyways, so they're talking, they're going to figure out where they need to go, and as they go, they sneak into this building, the building that is not guarded, which is kind of funny. If they're not guarding it, there's a reason why they're
Yeah.
not guarding
Yeah.
it. So they go and then they go in there and the door and they found a bunch of smart clicker. And at this moment,
The stalkers.
yeah. So the role switches. If you watch from the beginning of the episode, Dina is the smart one, the calculated one. She knows what she's doing. But when it comes to like intense scene and like danger moments, Ellie steps in and be like, "Look, this is." She takes control
Yeah,
because she
she's
noticed
more
that.
of the think on your feet and
Yeah, and she
yeah.
knows she can't get now. She knows she can die because she can still get ripped apart,
Yeah.
but she knows she can't get affected and told her to go in there. And
Yeah.
then they're gaining attack outnumber, and then shows up.
Jesse.
Jesse shows up, which Ellie thought it was Joel. Does it looks like Joel? She was. I guarantee you in her eyes, like, is that Joel? And as the hand reached out, Jesse pulls up, and this is where I thought I'm like, okay, so they're coming in full circle, like how the game is, and we'll talk about that in the different section. And so comes back, and he was a little ticked off at her. You can tell,
Yeah, of
irritated.
course.
Yeah, and then they ran away. They got into the park, and they saw the scars doing what they're doing, and so
And then Dina gets shot in the leg with an arrow.
which yeah, so that was kind of weird, but the scars are very violent, vicious people, but
Yeah.
then again, perspective comes into play. Like the wolf are pretty vicious and violent people too, and
Yeah,
so
they absolutely are.
this is what I love about the show is there's not like the right and wrong. There's the gray area, and you have to
And
figure out what.
everyone's walking in that gray area, it seems like.
Even Ellie, even
Yeah.
Joel. Guys, Joel was the bad guy
Yeah,
for
he wasn't a good person to
in the eyes of Abby,
yeah.
in the eyes of that group, the group that he killed the parents and all that stuff. But yeah, and then we get this scene, and another scene that I love, you, is when she was playing the guitar, and then
Oh,
she
in
gets
episode 4?
no, no, five. When she gets on the stage and she started playing with the guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they change it up a little bit, and so let's talk about the scene that this really is the scene. What made this episode is when she was running away with the scars, and she sees the hospital, and she knows that's where Nora is at.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
Um Not having played the game, this was unexpected for me.
Uh-huh.
I thought I didn't think the episode was going to end with her chasing somebody down. I thought they were going to escape and meet up back at the theater or wherever their base of operations is. Um, and then the way it went down, I didn't expect that chase down to go so long.
Yeah. So
I have expected. I half of me thought that she would have just killed her right then and there, but she's got to try to find Abby.
yeah, and Nora kind of lures her into like to let her guard down, and then she
Yeah.
kind of like, but that deserved it, and
Yeah.
throws
Oh
him off.
yeah. That's right.
So the chase goes. She goes down to B2. She goes in the B. The elevator fell. She goes in there, and Ellie follows. And man, I
So
love
did
this.
Nora not know that it was airborne?
She does. She knows,
Okay,
but she
but
had no choice.
she'd rather expose herself to the spores than.
She thought that she would die, and as well as Ellie, but she didn't know
Okay.
that she's immune, and so they go down there in the basement. She's choking. You kill us, and then I love the
Oh
imagery.
yeah.
She turns on the lights and is red.
It's yeah.
This is the most violent Ellie I've ever seen, ever.
Yeah.
The game is a little bit different, but this was hardcore. She sees sea red,
Her
doesn't care.
whole and I'll credit where credit's due. This actor depicts this very well. Like her whole demeanor changes
Yeah,
completely, right? She's with Dina. She's light. She's fun. She's cracking jokes. She's smiling. And in this, she is stoic. She is vengeful.
yeah.
And she shows it like she doesn't care about Nora.
Nope.
She doesn't care what she
And
does to her.
and Nora realizes she is that girl that they're talking about. The girl
Yeah.
that is immune, and she's like, "You're real. You could have saved everybody." And I
Oh,
love
yeah.
this
And
line.
then we find out that she knows what Joel did.
Oh yeah, I told you that. There's a
Yeah.
reason why she was mad at Joel in the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
and you'll find out in the next episode. You'll
Okay.
find out how it goes down. But here's the thing: Nora looks at her and like, you're not, nothing's wrong with Ellie except Nora's coughing, and she realized, oh, you're that girl. And then she goes, "You could have saved everything." And that look,
I
and
don't
then says,
care.
"I don't care. I know, I don't care."
Yeah.
Kneels down, looks back at the pipe, just like Abby looks back down to the
To
golf
the golf clubs.
clubs,
Yeah.
comes and beat the crap out. And then all of a sudden, the last hit, boom, and you get a flashback, and it's a
So,
very very peaceful, happy flashback,
yeah.
which I have no clue why they decided to do at that moment. But it's very
Okay.
interesting that they doing that. And so I love episode 5. I thought it was great. I thought that the ending with her and Nora, poor
Yeah.
Nora. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's dead. And how about when you see all the spores? It
Yeah.
looks
That's
really
what I mean.
cool.
They depicted that really
Oh
well.
man. And you see one nurse and then the son of that one
Yeah.
lady. It looks
Yep.
like that nurse been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Just breathing out spores.
no, it's interesting how they make the spores like they use the human body to
To spread
produce
them.
more spore as they use their lungs.
Yeah.
That is incredibly smart the way they write that. And so yeah,
Yeah.
anything
So
else
the
about
imagery, yeah,
yeah.
the imagery, the cinematography, like this is good. Like yeah. Some of the
That's the
chemistry between Dina and Ellie is a little cheesy
well
for my taste.
they gave
It's almost forced in my opinion.
yeah, of course it is, dude. It's the agenda. Um, she does give you a backstory where she from.
Oh yeah, that was good. I like that.
And so she kind of know they didn't give her a backstory in the game. She just like anybody else, she just came to Jackson because something happened, this and this, and so. In fact, in the game, Dina actually survived with her sister. So the sister she
Oh
had is
really?
she's yeah,
Okay.
and so they kind of erased that sister away basically. So, all right, anything else?
Boss lady's name is Hanrahan.
There you go. She's not
That's
in
what
the
it
game.
is.
She's not in
That's what it is.
the game.
Um no, nothing else off the top of my
Uh,
head. So is episode 6 gonna be a flashback then?
it will. And
Okay.
so let's talk about the difference. What's the difference between the game?
You got 60 seconds.
In the game, do I?
Yeah.
The timer hasn't gone off yet, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
Mine
So
says 53 seconds.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so the difference, go quick. Uh, Dina stays back. Ellie goes after him, and Jesse actually meets up with. That's how Jesse meets up with Ellie. Is that he didn't the way that he meets him is that didn't happen in the game. She was just climbing, and then he comes behind and grab her from the back and say, "Hey, it's me, it's me." So they come back. Tommy is here. Tommy is so that makes a huge difference. And how the way Tommy is, Tommy was already there in the game. Adina and Ellie was following to go get Tommy. Well, in the game, Tommy to kill the people who remember I mentioned this. They already killed two people. Well, now the show is going to do the same.
Okay.
Tommy, because they're separated, so now Tommy's going to go find somehow he's going to run into those two guys and end up killing them as well. Dina never got shot in the leg because she was never there. Um, we're still good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
my timer
yeah.
went to zero.
So what else? What else is different in the game? So in the game. The flashback happens differently. In here happens while she was beating the crap out of Nora. In the
Yeah.
game, it happens when she was playing the guitar on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
But in the game she wasn't playing the guitar on the stage. She was playing the guitar in the audience seat. She sat
Oh,
there and
okay.
played and then has that flashback, which we'll see is on her birthday flashback. It's a great scene, and so we get that, and we're gonna find out what happened between them and that, and so it's coming. So really, the flashback they kind of switched it, and so in the game, she doesn't beat up Nora like the way she does. She hits her in the face a couple
Mm,
times, and Nora just dies. But
okay.
here she's torturing him like crazy. Now I thought the show was gonna have Tommy not show up, but the the they're making it around. They're making it come back in full circle, but in a different path. So Tommy is here. Tommy, I was talking to my wife, Whitney, and she's like, she wants me to tell her everything what happened, but I'm like, you're gonna get spoiled because I know what
Just watch.
happens, and
Just
so
watch it.
yeah. So and then, for instance, this is a huge difference. The basement three. You will find out what's down there in season three
Okay.
when we follow Abby's point of view and her perspective. They call it the Rat King.
Okay.
You will find
Some
out
massive zombie rat.
it is gnarly, it is huge, it is nasty looking, and Abby fights it in the game. You will
Oh,
find
wow.
out.
Okay.
And remember, it has not been touched for
Yeah.
11 something years, whatever they said in there. And so, what else is different in the game? I think that pretty much it. Jesse comes, and Jesse was, yeah, he comes
How
in a
did Jesse
different,
find them? I
in the
can't
game.
remember.
Jesse
In the show.
he went to the theater and he saw the map that Dina was yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
he
Okay.
follows him there, and so
That's right.
in the game he just snuck around and he was a he's a tracker too, I believe, and so he tracks her
Okay.
around, and so that's the difference. Really, they changed you know the event differently, and so the big difference is just that the flashback happens when she was playing the guitar
Okay.
and but in this case, and it's a huge flashback because you're gonna learn what happened, and it's a very happy flashback. In fact, the game was pretty fun to play that in this flashback, and so.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, that's The Last of Us episode 4 and 5. Sometimes when we review these, like I'm trying to remember what the show. I know the game. I just sometimes like I mix up the game with the show sometimes, and so. What else am I
Yeah.
saying? I think that's about it. We're gonna see
Okay.
Abby pretty soon, I believe, before the season end. We'll
Is
see her.
are they doing 9 episodes? I can't remember. Or 8 episodes.
They're doing 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
We will see Abby at the end of this season.
Okay.
She will show up, and then that it will end the way it'll end there, and then it'll have her perspective, and she goes through everything she goes through, then come back to that moment in the
Okay.
last episode of season two, and then it goes forward from there. And so yeah,
Interesting.
so it should be
Yeah.
interesting.
It's interesting that the like season one was kind of Joel's perspective.
Hmm.
Season two, it's Ellie's.
Ellie. Oh, Ellie.
Season 3 is going to be Abby.
Yeah.
And the game is similar?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you play as Abby in the second
Interesting.
half of the game,
Okay. All right.
and then yeah, you'll get a. It's gonna get
You
more
think
violent.
that'll bring audience back?
I don't think so.
You think people were in it for Pedro
Uh,
Pascal, and
you're
once Joel's
not.
gone, they're gone.
There's just one kill that Ellie's gonna kill that no one's gonna like it. It's brutal,
Okay.
very brutal. It's yeah. It's Ellie's going on a revenge tour, folks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways, folks, anything else, Dave?
No, not off the top of my head. Nothing I can think of.
So let's let us know what your thoughts on episode 4 and 5. Let me know. I really want to know, are you guys enjoying this season as much as I am? Because maybe because I played the game and the guy like I actually, what are you enjoying the season, Dave? Even though you didn't play the game, and so
I think it's done well. Like, yeah, I maybe the character chemistry between the two leads right now isn't the best.
yeah, I agreed.
Like, I think the chemistry between Joel and Ellie, that father son dynamic, I enjoyed quite a bit more
Yeah,
than this girlfriend dynamic. It's
it's because
fine, but
it's because we can relate.
right.
I can't relate
Yeah.
this aspects of it
It
because we're
just
not.
doesn't, and I don't know that it doesn't feel natural because I can't relate. It's just, I think that the portrayal of it doesn't feel
Yeah. I
natural.
I feel like Ellie in the game is a little bit different than what is being played out in the show.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so, but
Yeah.
it's not
If,
far off.
yeah, I think because we haven't seen this relationship develop, it's just been exposition, right? They've just
Yeah.
been telling us about where Ellie and Dina came, but we didn't see any of it. And so I think
And
that makes it harder to relate to.
and I think that's what makes it season 1 different than season 2 is
Yeah.
because of that aspect. And I mean, season 1 is just so good. And
Yeah.
so, but I mean, if you have to pick which season is better right now, I mean, season 1 is so by far is better because of what
Yeah.
the dynamic of Joel, his character, puts into the show, and so. But I am missing that aspect. But we're gonna get him back next
Okay.
episode. So
Yeah. I'm excited.
anyway, folks, let us know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and uh, follow us on Instagram. We have us on Instagram, believe it or not, and and also the podcast. We were there as well. So until then, be kind.